Hey everyone, I'm Akshya. I'm a product manager with a background in app development, technical sales, and product marketing. I'm someone who loves exploring new applications just to learn more from the user experience and copy. So if something is interesting, that gets my attention. And I've been doing this for some years. I've been a beta tester for some of the applications, and I really love the experience of observing the user experience of new apps. And this YouTube channel is all about that. I am going to dig deeper into some popular apps just to record my observations. And we'll also cover some cool features in both popular and lesser known tools. So let's get started. Today, as you can see, we are going to do a deep dive into this application called Framer. Framer is a no code website builder. So it allows you to make production ready websites without any code, and anybody can launch it because they have a lot of drag and drop features and very cool interactive components, which makes anyone, even a non professional, to get started faster with website development. And yeah, let's explore Framer to see how their app looks both in terms of, from the lens of a first time user who has never built websites, and also as a product manager who can observe, things about the user experience and copy. So let's see how that goes. Um, I signed up for Framer just a while ago, and they don't really have a user onboarding experience, and that's okay. Not all apps need to have an onboarding workflow, especially if your app is intuitive, if the user is able to figure out what they've got to do to get their job done. So that's fine. My first impression, as soon as I landed on this page, is it's very simple. The options on the left and the options on the right is it's very simple. It's self-explanatory. There's not much that I need to do. Since my intention is to get started with building a website, all I've got to do is click on a new project. And I also noticed that they have the concept of workspace, which is very common in terms of in an agency like setup. So especially if you have a design agency where you're managing multiple clients, you might want multiple workspaces. Or even if you're a freelancer and you have multiple projects that you want to work on, then something like a workspace, a dedicated workspace, is more helpful. And let's get started with a project. So I feel there is no learning curve required for you to get started with something like Framer, because all you have is like one main action CTA, and that allows you to simply get started with building a website. So as soon as I land on the canvas is pretty cool. Any designer would love to explore something like a canvas, um, and yeah, it helps you to zoom in and zoom out to see the components or the page that you've added with a little more clarity. So yeah, on the left hand side, they have a lot of options, basic options like sections, navigation, menus, and they have different kinds that you can choose from. And you can also add fields for forms, and there are also different elements, medias, all of that on the left, which is like a complete package for building a website from scratch. And what I really like is on the right hand side, they've got options for you to get started with Framer. So there is a tutorial that you can play. You can also browse from templates, which is similar to something like a Notion or Coda. So here I'm just going to use a free version because I'm not going to pay. Let me randomly choose something that's good to go. So I'm going to choose this one. Um, the moment I click on use for free and copy project, it's going to redirect me to my canvas. And okay, yeah, there it is. I can get started with altering the copy based on the website that I want to create. I can add the menu options that I want, or if I want additional pages, I can do that right away. I can change the media. All of that is pretty self-explanatory. There is nothing much I've got to learn to use this app. And they also have an option to start from Figma. I believe you can also import files from Figma, and you can also import your own existing website. And yeah, they also have a prompt to install the desktop app, which is also cool because many people love to work on a desktop app versus something on a browser. And yes, on the top you can see they have localization, so you can launch the website on like in multiple languages. And then you can review the website, you can invite more people. All of these are pretty self explanatory. There's nothing much for you to learn. And on the left hand side, they have the options like a plugin. You can browse plugins, and they also have the CMS feature, content management system, which helps you manage dynamic content without any code. And They also allow you to add images, videos, access the frames and rows within the canvas. Um, all this is great, but I feel if you're a beginner who's just getting started with Framer, you might need some sort of handholding. Probably an onboarding experience within the project would be very helpful for someone to navigate. They do have a tutorial which probably covers all of this, but a tooltip and a walkthrough would be even better. Because even on Hover, I don't see any tooltip that explains to me what this is all about. I had to click on each one of these, right? So that's something they could potentially improve. And in terms of publishing, again, it's pretty straightforward. It's just one click publishing. You can publish with there's a public URL, framer.app, or you can add your own domain, and that's going to cost you some money. Um, it's pretty intuitive, and they also have a version history. So if at all you've made some changes, you get to see the list of or updates, all the history of all the updates that have happened. Overall, I feel Framer is definitely a very simple app to get started with making production ready websites. Now let's go and take a look at the other options they have, like account settings. This is pretty basic workspace settings. I believe they have roles and permissions as well. You can invite people via email or share an invite link. You can add more people. There are plans that you can explore, but there's nothing I can see here. I've got to click on upgrade to see the available plans. Maybe they can give some heads up on, yeah. So there are no active subscription for this workspace to get started. Upgrade your project, but you can tell me why I need to upgrade my project. Like, what am I lacking with the current setup that is going to prompt me to upgrade, right? Um, they also have a list of permissions, and some of these require an upgrade, which I think is very smart. Yeah, because if you think you want more role-based access control, and yeah, they also tell you have an option, but for you to get started, you've got to upgrade. I think that's a good prompt. And there are also multiple fonts that you can upload, and additional details like adding a logo, which is straightforward. And yeah, overall, I feel Framer, yeah, as I said, it's very simple to use. You can easily get started with Framer. The learning curve is very minimal. Just that if you want more options like using the CMS feature or using any of those plugins, you might probably need to do a little bit of research to understand how that works to get started. But someone who already has website building experience, this is going to be a piece of cake. And in terms of the pricing, again, they are priced competitively. I think they are competing against Webflow. So their positioning itself is like Webflow, but simpler. And even the pricing plan has many variants, pretty smartly done. For example, they have a free plan, which is for someone like a beginner to get started with. And as you move up, they have usage based. So based on the number of visitors on your websites or the number of form submissions, your plan gets yeah, you go to the bigger or the higher plans. And for enterprise, they have all the enterprise ready features like dedicated support, enterprise security, and SSO, custom limits, all of that. So yeah, my overall take on Framer is, as I said, it's simple to use. Anyone who wants to understand how website building works can use the free version just to get started with the existing templates, and see how you enjoy building websites. And if you're very serious about having your own website, if you're a freelancer or if you're a business owner, you can get started with any of these based on your requirements. So that's it from my reviews for today. Um, I'll meet you in my next video. Thank you.